Hi, I'm Graham, and I am married to this lady over here who is a medium. And people ask me a lot of times, what's it like being married to a medium? And I said, as opposed to an extra large or what, but actually, I didn't know that Shannon was a medium when I met her. I knew two things about her right away. Well, actually, I didn't know that. I suspected the first one. She was manager of Victoria's Secret, so I suspected she had some really good underwear, which she did. And the second was that she was a really good kisser. I found that out pretty quickly. And of those two things, probably the second is most important, otherwise we're probably not having this conversation today. But the first time that she demonstrated her ability, her skill, was not, it was for me. And it wasn't because I asked her to, it was because I had a friend on the other side who kind of insisted that he speak with me through her. And because she did, we were able to get a message to his wife. He had suicided about 10 years before, maybe a little less. And so that was like we're off and running. I'll have to say, at that particular point, I was probably someone you would qualify as a skeptic. And a skeptic is not someone who disbelieves. A skeptic is someone who says, show me. A cynic, on the other hand, I was not. A cynic is someone who says, I don't care what the hell you show me, I ain't believing that anyway. And that's pretty sad. If you can't trust your own experience, if you can't trust what's going on in your life, then what are you left to deal with? How are you going to deal with the world except with some kind of alien toolkit that somebody gave you? So, it is a life-changing experience in my humble estimation. How does it change people's lives? Well, obviously, the first big one says, you don't die. Your consciousness, who you are, your essence is, as far as we know, a permanent part of this fixture, in this part of the reality. The second thing is, as long as you're here, you're not alone. And as a therapist, I can tell you that that's one of the questions, one of the issues that people bring over and over again. I feel so alone. I feel so isolated. I can't cope with the reality that I'm in because there's no one here to help me. It also says life is not an immortality project. You don't have to spend your time here trying to get noticed by whatever or whomever to say, okay, you're good enough, you can come on in. People exist because they exist, not because they, in our judgment, deserve to. We have a lot of people, we say, how come they're here? Well, because the universe said we need them. They're here. But the last thing that I wanted to tell you that changes people's lives because of the experiences they have is that forgiveness is really at the heart of reality. That no one ever comes through from the other side and says, you know how I didn't like you? I still don't like you very much. Nobody comes through and says, you know how I used to abuse you? Well, I'm glad you're not with me because I would do it again. No one ever comes through like that. Forgiveness, however it happens, happens. And you can trust it. You could win the lottery and it wouldn't change your life necessarily for the better. We've had lots of experiences where people got into terrible problems because they had a lot of money. Even one of these things that you're liable to experience can change your life radically, dramatically. And so with that in mind, I'm going to give you over to my wife. You're just going to have to trust me that she's a good kisser, but you're going to experience that she is a good medium. Shannon?
Thank you very much, sweetheart. We'll be having a discussion later. We need to talk. We need to talk. 4 words men never want to hear from women? Yeah? Okay. Well, I think I just want to jump in with the readings. Is that okay with you guys? I'll just ask one time. Anybody have any questions about me or the process? I'll be glad to answer that. Last time, that's basically all I did. I got so excited. People were asking these really great questions, and then we got to the very end, and I didn't have enough time to do as much as I would like. So, any questions? First, show of hands, how many people have seen a medium on TV or in person? Pretty much everybody. Okay, you're newbies, that's okay. So you may not know everything. I don't either. And I've been doing this a while, so we'll work on it together. Okay? Any questions from the not newbies? Okay. Just when I come to you, if you do not want a reading, say no thank you. I may say a couple of things to let the energy pass and be able to pick up on somebody else. I'm assuming if you're here you do want a reading, but I certainly understand if you're with someone who wanted a reading and you don't want a reading, and I will certainly respect that. The first energy I have is an older male. He's on this side of the room, and he's talking about I'm not sure if this is him that passes by throat cancer, or he's talking about someone connected to him or the family that passes with throat cancer. So you 2 or you 3 back there, just raise your hand if you know someone who passes with throat cancer. I was worried it might be you. And he's like knocking on her going, yeah, you know, is it her? It could be your grandfather. Okay. And you guys are all related or friends? Okay. Why don't y'all all come up here? Yeah, put the seats right here. So I understand correctly the grandfather passes with throat cancer? We're questioning that.
Yes, he did. It just didn't, I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay, but you're sure that he did pass. Okay, do I understand him correctly that he has a daughter that is in spirit with him? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, he does.
See, when they hear this on the web, I'm going to have to go like this. Thank you, you're so sweet. He's also telling me to acknowledge there's another daughter that passes. I don't know if this is a daughter-in-law that he considered like a daughter, but there's another daughter that passes. So there's his daughter. Is this your mom?
No.
This is an aunt for you. Okay. There's another daughter he wants me to acknowledge.
My mother, but she's not passed.
Right. Your mother, but she's not passed. Okay. There is another daughter that has passed that he wants me to acknowledge. And this is in no way predictive that anything's going to happen to your mom. Okay. He's telling me, whoa, wait a minute, what was that? Look on that side of the family. If I told you I was seeing a lot of Catholic symbols, would that make sense? Are there Catholic members of the family?
Not that I know of.
She says not that she knows of. Okay, I'm going to check something, one thing real quick. Raise your hand if you have a father or grandfather that passes by throat cancer. A father-in-law or a stepfather that passes by throat cancer.
We have my older sister's father-in-law.
Your older sister's father-in-law.
He had throat cancer.
He had throat cancer and he passed. Okay. I don't think I'm confusing y'all, but do the Catholic symbols make sense? Okay. Okay. I hate this when this happens. This is what some mediums refer to as a twofer. So your grandfather is coming through with the father-in-law, which I guess would be a father-in-law for, not really a father-in-law, your older sister's father-in-law, okay. Boy, doing that whole related thing I'm not good at, which is really bad for a medium, you know, your sister's cousin's brother's son. Okay, just the relationship, please, the person you wanted to hear from today.
The person I wanted to hear from today?
Just the relationship.
Relationship, friend's son.
Okay, so we're looking for a younger male. She says she's looking for a younger male. This might be difficult for you because the friend may know things that you do not know. In other words, I may say things that don't make sense to you, but fortunately this is going to be on the web and so she can look it up because she's not here today, right? Okay. Sometimes I say things that make sense, but I have to say them. I don't leave anything out. She talks about his passing being a difficult passing. She says yes. Your grandfather talks about someone in the family leaving the family, like going estranged from the family. We don't hear from them. Just yes or no. They could still be with us here. But he's talking about someone, because he's showing me a real specific symbol. Okay, do you guys recognize a member of the family actually leaving the family, being estranged from the family? I want you to think about it, because it's a real specific symbol for me. Do you recognize the sign Virgo for your family or for your friend's family? And you may not know all of their signs.
I think the person I'm trying to reach is a Virgo.
You think your friend's son is a Virgo? No, that's Leo. That's Leo. Okay. He is telling me September is important. He just stepped forward and says September is important. So look in your family and his family. And just yes or no, do you recognize September being important?
September is when the friend's son passed away.
Okay. I've got your friend's son here. I've also got your grandfather, and I've also got your grandfather. We're going to be very busy today, I can tell. Do I understand correctly that... Okay, first off, your family and her family feel like the same family to me. Is this a long-term friendship or a very close friendship for you?
It is, yes.
Okay. Just so you'll know, if you're working on mediumship, a lot of times you can get things on the clairsentient channel, the feeling, and the feeling of closeness can be, I feel close to this person because I'm related to them, or I feel close to them because close with my heart. He keeps showing me a car, but I don't think he passes in a car accident. So do I understand correctly, he does not pass in a car accident?
No, he does not pass in a car accident.
Okay. But your dad died in a car accident? Okay. There's got to be some similarities between your family and your family, like somebody shares a birthday, somebody shares a name, someone's passing is the same that's important. There's some sort of similarity. The young man, he's telling me to acknowledge, okay, which do you want me to acknowledge first? Sarah. He's saying Sarah to me. Sarah.
Seraph?
Sarah, like S-A-R-A or S-A-R-H. He's also mentioning Justin and David. Do you recognize Justin?
Justin is his name.
Justin is his name. I'd trust him on the Sarah then. Do you recognize David?
No.
I want you to think about your mother's side of the family.
David is my brother's name.
David is your brother's name. Okay, because he says, go over here. He went over here. She's not thinking. Okay. And your brother's still here with us, right? Okay. Hey to your brother. Your mom's still here. Okay, I'm still getting this estranged, someone's away from your family. I know someone who did this, and his name was Randy, so I don't know if they're trying to get me to say the name Randy. I don't think that's it. The other way this could go is look on with your mom and dad, are they still together? Just yes or no?
No, they're not married, but they're still very, very close.
Okay, so he says no, and she says, no, they're not married, but they're still very, very close. Are you related to her? That's your mother. Now things become so clear. Okay. You knew Justin? Not that well? He's younger than you. Okay. Do I understand correctly that, and you don't have to answer this, some of this makes you a little uncomfortable? You? Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit? Okay. Okay. No one's going to, follow you home. No one's going to, okay. Yeah, you're going to be fine. And you are related to him how? Sister. Okay. So these are your kiddos. They're beautiful. Okay.
Is there anything Justin can tell me to help his mother?
Do I understand correctly he passes by suicide? Okay, that is what they have ruled it as, but there are questions around it. Does that make sense, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so, because right away I got suicide, and then I got questions around it. She asked, in case you didn't hear, is there anything that Justin can tell us to help his mom? Do I understand correctly, where's the Robert or the Roberta in Justin's family?
I don't know.
Okay, you can just remember it or watch it when it comes up on the web. Okay. He's saying November is important to the family. And he's saying he's okay. Now, Mom, this makes complete sense to me, is having a terrible time with this. Just has not even begun to recover from it. Do I understand correctly that she's not comfortable with what we're doing today?
I think she's not quite ready. Right.
So you think she's not quite ready. I'm getting the feeling she doesn't feel good or comfortable about this process. Not quite ready to me would be, and who's Linda? Who's Linda? Think about friends living. Wow, he is yelling at me, Linda. And I'm like going, they don't understand. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. And he's going, Linda.
It may be a girlfriend or something I didn't know.
I don't think that's it. She said it may be a girlfriend, but I don't think that's it. I think this is family. We're with anybody in your family because we've got your grandfather and we've got Justin. We've got somebody, I think the grandfather acknowledged David, the brother. But do you recognize a Linda? Do you know a Linda? Okay. Okay, well, I appreciate you trying. Yeah, tell me about Sarah. That would be a friend of yours. Okay. And I'm sure she's still here, right? Because he says she's living. Okay. Have you had contact with her recently? Okay. There's someone that, he said an invitation to the wedding, but that was it. There's someone that passed before she got married that she wanted at the wedding? Yes, her cousin Jacob. Okay. So let Sarah know if she's comfortable with this. We don't want to freak her out. That Jacob was at the wedding, and he liked it very much. Is there another Jake? Is there a second Jacob or Jake? ask Sarah if she knows another Jake or Jacob. Okay, and to your question for your friend, what will help her out is, from what he's telling me, if she hasn't sought out grief counseling. Do I understand that correctly?
Sought out my counseling?
Sought out grief counseling.
Counseling, no.
He says, get on the ball and do that. One thing we have today that might help her is a grief CD that Graham put together. The first CD is teaching about grieving, and the second CD is guided meditations that can help her through different things, because he says there's a lot of losses that she has not yet grieved, so this is going to hit her really hard. She's shaking her head, unless you can, I don't know if you can see her. And he's also talking about he knows about the abuse, and we'll leave it at that. Okay? And y'all are nodding your heads like, okay, we'll just leave it at that. Someone in your family, I don't know how to say this. Let's just do it this way. I had a friend years ago who was a very upstanding young man, but in his younger days, he enjoyed certain extracurricular things, and he got the nickname Doobie. So I need to ask, is there actually someone who's named Mary Jane, or is there someone nicknamed Reefer or Doobie? I've never gotten this before.
We had a dog named Doobie.
You had a dog named Doobie. Okay. And the dog has passed, right? Okay. Hey from your dog named Doobie. And oh my God, Justin has a sense of humor, because if I'm not turning red from talking about that, I'm probably the only person over 40 in my generation that has not tried that. Not saying I wouldn't. Not saying I would inhale. Just haven't done it yet. Okay, so basically you're here for a proxy for your friend. So I would recommend the grief CD. We've got it on special. I think we usually sell it for $40, and we're selling it for $20 today. And that might be an easy way she can do it privately in her home. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback on those grief CDs. And love from your grandfather, and there is someone on your mother's side of the family who was estranged, so you might want to check with Mom about that. I don't know, this had to be for a period of years. I mean, like, we didn't hear from him for 5 or 6 years, or we haven't heard from him for 5 or 6 years. Is there a wedding coming up for you?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, Mom says she yes, daughter says no, and okay, so what's the name of the guy that we need to tell to get on the ball? Ellie. Ellie's his name? Ellie, bring up the ring. Do the ring, dude. It's time. You're going to have a wonderful time. Have you actually found a dress that you like?
No, I'm nowhere close to that.
Nowhere close to that. Dude, step it up. Step it up. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming up. Really appreciate it. You can leave that there. Okay, you two, come on up. Now, whose dad passed? Your dad? Okay. I kind of had a feeling. Okay, and but it was your other, I'll get it eventually. It'll probably be long after we've left today, that passed from the throat cancer. Okay. Where is the Rudy? Rudy? Just the relationship to y'all. Who's Rudy?
My sister's brother-in-law.
Sister's brother-in-law. Okay, and Rudy's still with us, right? Okay. Hey to Rudy. I don't know from who. Do we know, can we look at Rudy's family? Does he have a father, and this is going to sound really weird, or brother in spirit? Just yes or no? Yes.
His brother passed away.
His brother passed away. His brother passed away. Okay. Robert. I wish you hadn't said that. That's one of the easiest names for me to get, but that's okay. I got Rudy, so I'm happy with that. September is significant for the family several times. You got married in September. There's a birthday in September for someone in the family. And you need to look back a bit, but someone also passes in September, but it looks like it's at the end of September. And I'll leave it for you to look at, because okay, and your dad's passed. Okay, he's the one that's telling me all this, but he keeps telling me about the gentleman that passes with throat cancer. They're all together. Oh my goodness, okay. You know your family, how sometimes people don't see eye to eye. There's two people on the other side that if family got together and talked about them, they'd say, well, since they're both in heaven, one's on that end of heaven and the other one's on that end of heaven. Do you recognize a couple of people that had a difficult relationship like that?
My father, there were a misunderstanding, and they separate and never talk.
Between your father and who?
Brother. No brother, cousin.
Cousin, okay. So it was like a brother to him. Okay. They've worked it all out. He's showing me we're together. We're together, and they worked it all out. So next time everybody gets together for like a celebration, someone, if they're, like I always say, don't freak people out, but it's probably going to come up, and you might say, instead of saying, well, I went to Addison and I saw this lady and she said they're doing fine, you could say, I just have a feeling that they're okay with each other right now. I have a feeling that God healed it and they worked it out, because they really did. And boy, let me tell you, that was a hard falling out for both of them. Is part of your family from Texas? Like, you can trace back your family to Texas for quite a ways, like almost to before the Civil War? I want you to check. My family was here when Texas was a country, and I'm getting really deep Texas ties. It may be someone that has married into the family, but it may be someone that you need to look into. And someone, Dad is Robert. Is that what you said? Your brother's Robert. Okay. I'm hearing Robert again. So there's another Robert other than your father. It may be a middle name, but there's another Robert. Do you recognize it?
That's my brother, and the other Robert is the one with deceased.
Okay.
He's my older sister's brother-in-law.
Okay. Okay. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Okay, I wasn't sure. Oh my goodness. Okay, Dad is apologizing. Before he passed, he was quite the handful. And he is apologizing. He says he appreciates all the care that he was given, and boy, he fought some of it. Do you understand what I mean when I say you're trying to be helpful to him, and he's like, I don't want the help, leave me alone, just yes or no?
Yes.
They both say yes. Okay, he says, oh, I was a pill. He actually uses other words, but I'll say he was saying he was being a pill. But he's apologizing. He says that, and someone didn't get to be there when he passed. They were trying to get to him, but they couldn't get to be there. She says, actually, we were all there. I want you to check, because when I'm getting chills. Check and make sure that there wasn't someone that wanted to be there that didn't get to be there. It may be close to family, not family, or it may be that they got there too late, that he wasn't able to communicate with them, and so they felt like they lost that last chance.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that he's telling me that he apologizes for being difficult before his passing, and there's someone that is concerned that they didn't get to communicate with him. There's something that they needed to say to him right before he passed. That comes across just the same way as I'm trying to make it to you. I'm trying to make it logistically. It's also I'm trying to communicate with you. So someone either didn't get there in time before he was unable to communicate. Jorge? Jorge was in the Army. Okay.
And up to this time, he still cries because he didn't get to.
Okay. There we go. Thank you. Okay, because he was like going, I'm not letting this go. And I'm like, well, we got other people here. Okay. Please let Jorge know that your father recognizes that Jorge wanted to be there. Wow, he's in the Army. That is a really sweet spirit to be in the Army. Jorge, that is he deployed right now, or is he back?
He's still working for the embassy.
Okay, so he's not.
Retired. He's about to retire.
Okay, good.
He has 1 more year to go.
Okay, way to go, Jorge. 1 more year. Woo, excellent. Thank you for your service. Awesome. Yeah, that's some of the parts of his job were really difficult with his personality, according to your dad. And Jorge is a son to him?
Yes.
Because he says my son. Okay. Did somebody actually call your dad abuelo?
No.
What does abuelo mean? I keep hearing grandfather? Okay. So he was not a grandfather when he passed? He's a grandfather now. Because he says abuelo, and he's like...
He misses chance to be called away.
He what?
I mean, he died young when he was 52. So he didn't hear those words, abuelo.
Okay, well, he hears him now, and he's like, abuelo, like, I made it. I'm very proud. I get this, I'm getting chills. It's just huge bursting with pride. Oh my goodness. Is anyone old enough to have pierced their tongue?
Oh no.
Okay, no. Okay. Well, watch out for strange piercings. Just, heads up there. It's like, oh my God, no, gee, we're really having a really interesting day today. Mary Jane and tongue piercings. Okay, this is so different for me. I'm hearing Sharon. It's not Shannon, it's Sharon. Do you know someone named Sharon? Could be deceased, could be living. I haven't gotten that far yet. They're saying Sharon.
I have lots of friends, Sheryl.
You have lots of friends, Sharon? Okay, think of your friends that are named Sharon. One of them, her mother has passed? Yes? Okay. Hey, from Sharon's mom, when you see Sharon again, if she's okay with it. If she's not okay with it, and Sharon is like, I really hope my mom's okay, then you can do I have a good feeling, if that's true to you, that she's doing just fine. But your dad knows Sharon's mom. That's how connected we all are. And someone crosses from, I can't quite tell if this is emphysema or pneumonia. Your husband? Oh, I'm so sorry.
And emphysema also has my older sister's brother-in-law. No, her husband.
Husband, emphysema?
My older sister's husband has emphysema.
He has it now, or he passed? He has it now. Okay, I'm so sorry. And it's your husband who passed from, is it? No, okay. He just found out that he has it. Okay. This is someone who has already passed from it. You know what? He's actually not that bad off. Have they done good checks on him and said it's early stages, not that bad?
They just find out that he has cancer.
I'm so sorry.
Spread out. With the head, the face,
Okay, so your husband just found out that he has skin cancer, and it's spread head, face, and it's also internal? Okay, so there's no emphysema there? He does have emphysema, okay. Just so you'll know, I'm getting like the emphysema, not that big a deal. Like it's not going to be, usually when I pick up emphysema, it's very hard. People are further advanced. Do I understand correctly? He's not far advanced in the disease? Okay. I'm so sorry to hear about your husband's diagnosis. Are you comfortable with his doctors? Just yes or no? Okay. Is he comfortable with his doctors? Just yes or no? No? Okay. Time to change. Abuelo says, time to change. Boy, was this a kind of put your foot down kind of dad? Because I usually don't stomp on the stage. He was like that? Okay. Well, he sends his love. He's watching over everyone. And anything you'd like to ask?
I have a very important question for my father. I want to know if if my mother is my mother.
Okay. So mom says that she's your biological mother. She tells you this? Okay. Okay, that wasn't it. I'm honestly not getting anything on that. I think we'd have to go more private to get into something like that. See me later today, and I'll tell you what I'm getting. I don't want to put this on tape, but I'll tell you that one thing he keeps reiterating is, now she raised you, right? Yeah. Boy, that was kind of up and down, huh? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let's talk off camera. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all give him a hand for coming up here. Oh, good. 15 more minutes. Wow. Okay, this is different. I have no idea where I am, so raise your hand. Okay, living or deceased, sorry, I don't know it yet. I'll get it. You probably won't have to tell me. If you recognize the name Sue and Garland. Like, live in Garland, grew up in Garland. You're raising your hand? You're Sue, you live in Garland. Sue, would you please come sit here? Oh, dear. Oh, you look so cute. Okay, that's how I wanted my hair to look today, just for the record. Okay. Just a relationship, please. Who would you like to hear from today?
I hadn't come here to hear from anybody.
Okay. Just a relationship, please. The person that crossed, that is like a parental figure, and it's been a number of years. Just the relationship.
Both are gone.
Both are gone. Okay. I've got both of them here. Because I couldn't go. I was like, Mom, Dad, Mom. Could you see me, Mom, Dad? I had to go, parental figure. We're on a time limit here. Okay. Your mother's like, I don't know why she doesn't want to talk to us. Does that sound like your mom? And probably, yeah. She's like, I don't understand. Do I understand correctly? You have a son? 2 sons. She wants to talk about one son. Not that she's ignoring the other one, but she's acknowledging one son in particular. What Was there one son that she got to know in life that the sun kind of rose and set on him? Just yes or no? For her.
I don't know that I would say rose and set on him. The older one, she got to know better.
Okay. But you don't feel like she was particularly like, ooh, this is my wonderful grandson. You never thought of it that way. Do you have siblings? And they have children too? One does. Is it a son or a daughter?
It's her daughter.
It's her daughter. Okay. Okay. If he's not going to be, he's still going to be freaked out by this. You can't tell him, can you? You can? Okay, well that's good. But it might freak him. Just, it's really easy to be open until it happens to you personally. And it's like, I don't know. I was open before, but I don't think I want to be open. I need to acknowledge, what is that? Oh, hey, Darren. I need to acknowledge the loss of a child. I don't know if your mom lost a child or if she has a sister that lost a child, but she says it was kept very private. Do you have an aunt or an uncle living on your mom's side that would know family history? So everybody's... What about cousins? Okay. You might check with cousins because I feel like the story got told to somebody that you could still find out about it. But it's like it was either late in the pregnancy, a miscarriage, or the child came full term and didn't make it. I have some close friends that have had some experiences like that, and they're showing me that. And then I know someone who it was like kept a secret. They never told anybody about it at all.
And this is my mom's sister.
This is your mom telling me, and I'm not sure where this is. She's kind of really trying to keep it private. You lost twins. I'm so sorry. Have you kept it private? No, so pretty much everybody in the family knows? Okay. I'm so sorry. Your mom and dad have the twins with them. Were these fraternal twins? A boy and a girl?
I think they said it was 2 girls.
Okay.
It's been 40 years.
You don't look like you could have had any children 40 years ago. Were you going to do the same initial for the names?
My initials are SSS. I don't know if that...
Your initials are SSS? Okay. Were you going to do the same initials for the twins? Like Jason and Jamie? You hadn't thought of it?
No.
Okay.
About 4 months old.
I'm so sorry. Dad's talking about, okay, I want to make sure I've got your dad here. Do you understand September is important? And boy, we're getting a lot of Septembers today. Do you understand September is important? It's going to be birthday, anniversary, passing for you, your parents, your sister. No? Okay. When you remember the September, because I might be misleading you, telling you where to go, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? And I need to acknowledge January 1st or November.
One died. Are you saying November 1st or just November?
I'm saying November or January 1st because I'm seeing 11, and I can't tell if they're trying to tell me January 1st or November. Your dad passed in November. Okay. I'm pretty confident I'm right about the thing I just told you that you didn't recognize, and I can't remember what it was because I'm in trance. I try not to look like it. your dad's wanting to talk about, do I understand him correctly, that he was the kind of person that he's complicated. His personality is really complicated. The minute I feel a sense of I'm kind of happy, I look kind of happy on the outside, the next minute he moves me over to a little cranky, a little blue. And then I get, but then I'm happy, and I'm like, I'm confused. So just the main element of your dad's personality, was he really outgoing, happy all the time, or was he kind of moody?
Not moody. To me, he was happy all the time.
I think what he's trying to tell me is that he was dealing with all sorts of things and didn't want it to affect you, and he's apologizing because he says if he had done a better job of letting you see how he handled it, you yourself would do a better job with that. He didn't he didn't model it to you, and so you didn't get to see it, because he really did handle some tough stuff. I mean, you've probably learned some of the history that he had to go through, right? You don't know. Okay, you might want to look into it. This pretty peaceful, pretty normal life. I'm not saying it was like, chaos and awful and horrible, but there were some challenges there, and you were protected from them. And the problem with that is then when you then have challenges in your life, he says, I'm sorry, I don't feel like I prepared you, and I wanted to prepare you. Did you just recently buy a new car? Sue and Garland, 5 years? Are you planning on getting a new car? Well, who hasn't? That might be a good move, because he keeps showing me a new car. I think he'll probably be able to get a pretty good deal. That is just tripping me out. I hear Sue and Garland, and there's one person in the audience named Sue, and she's from Garland. I'm tripped out. Do you understand correctly that Mom wasn't as verbally praising as she could have been? She's apologizing for that. She says she thinks you're fantastic. She thinks you're a wonderful mother. You're doing a great job. You've done a great job. And she's really sorry. She says, the way I was shown was that the way to parent is to be instructive, and her kind of way of constructive criticism, wow, that hurt any of us, Boy, you're a tough cookie. You're a tough cookie. But she says, you're a terrific mother. She's very proud of you, and she loves you very much. Near the end of her life, okay, it looks like kind of near the end of her life, you guys were a little bit on the outs, and then as it got closer to her passing, you got closer? Just yes or no? Yeah. Yeah, okay, sort of. That's okay. Sometimes I feel like Barbara Walters. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? The question that she's been accredited with asking but has never asked. So who is Barbara? The lady you work with named Barbara? Okay. I think what your parents are trying to say is they see what you're doing. Have you changed jobs since one or both of them passed? Just yes or no? Yeah, okay. Delaney, they see what's going on. And something about the 21st. I don't know if this is the 21st of a month or the 21st birthday. It's okay. And April's important. Oh, this is April. Well, 21st and April can be two separate things. And one last thing, and it's really hard to remember. I mean, when people come for private discernments, I have them prepare. They get all worn out with me because I have them do their family trees, and I write down your name and the date and how the person died, and then include the living people so that we can move quickly, because I do about hour and 10 long discernments, and I want to make sure that we spend as much time as possible on the information. So Barbara has got someone on the other side. Has Barbara's husband passed? Is there another Barbara that's got a husband passed?
An ex-in-law.
An ex-in-law? They count, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, ex-sister-in-law. So her husband, her name's Barbara, and her husband's passed. Okay. Your parents are doing great. When you watch this on the internet, whenever they get it put up, write things down in the order they come in. They give them to me in a specific order. So if we're getting something that makes sense, it makes sense. Ooh, we don't know about that. Write that down, and then keep writing down everything until we get things that are making sense. For some reason, it usually connects. I've had so many clients say, you have to tell people to get a transcription of your discernments. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell people to do that. But, okay, I think our time is about almost up. Thank you so much, Sue from Garland. Everybody give her a hand. In closing, I just wanted to read, and I apologize for reading to you. I did not commit this to memory. This book is Limitless Mind, A Guide to Remote Viewing and Transformation of Consciousness by Russell Targ. Raise your hand if you know who Russell Targ is. Yeah. Okay. Russell Targ is brilliant. Targ is a physicist and the co-author of several books, including Miracles of Mind and The Heart of Mind, both with Jane Katra, Ph.D. In 1972, he co-founded the Stanford Research Institute program that investigated remote viewing and other psychic phenomena. He now devotes his time to research and leading workshops on remote viewing and distance healing. He is a brilliant, brilliant man, and I wanted to leave you with this today. We are selling CDs. I've got a workshop CD that tells you how to do this, and it's got a bonus CD with it for free that's a meditation CD. Some very nice lady just the other day told me she met her guide through that. And I've had people tell us through the grief CDs that they've actually really moved a lot further in their grief than they thought they could. So we've got those. Oh, and we've got a relationship CD. You should listen to it. We've got a little CD player, and you can listen to parts of it. It's absolutely fabulous. But in closing, from my own heart, may you be in peace. May your heart remain open. May you be healed from all separation. May you be a source of healing for all beings. May you awaken to the light of your true nature. May you never feel separate from the source of loving kindness. May you be happy. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I really enjoyed you guys. Thank you.